What's up guys, welcome back to Money Crow, the channel all about making your money grow. First off, I'd like to express my thanks to all 335 of you guys that have found enough value in my content to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate all of you so much, and simply clicking that subscribe button really helps a lot and keeps me motivated to continue making videos. That being said, I've recently taken up many new responsibilities in my day job, and most of my time has been taken up. While I wish I could make videos full-time and post multiple times per week, my current schedule doesn't allow for that. So from now on, I'll be posting one personal finance video per month, as well as one 100K stock market portfolio update video per month. Things may change and I may be able to eventually transition back to my weekly uploads, but for now this is a necessary change. In today's video, I'll be going over what a financial vision board means to me, how it's helped in my personal life, and why I recommend every person to create one. And no, I'm not talking about this type of vision board, although this structure definitely does help a lot of people and I don't want to downplay its importance. It personally doesn't motivate me. I personally like seeing more concrete numbers, and I like turning my goals into achievable math problems to execute on, rather than just trying to dream or hope things into existence. Again, these examples on the screen now are great motivators for a lot of people, but we're not going to be talking about this type of vision board. The type of vision board I want to talk about involves passive income playing a large role in your future goals. Financial independence and financial freedom is all about passive income. And arguably the easiest way for most people to obtain passive income is to simply invest in a broad stock market ETF like VTI, which you can use to eventually safely rely on a 4% withdrawal rate per year adjusted for inflation. I've gone into this topic many times in my previous videos. I recommend watching these two highlighted videos to get a way more in-depth presentation of how the 4% rule really works. But basically, say you have $10,000 invested into VTI. You can safely withdraw 4% of that total balance each and every year, which ends up being $400 per year. So for every $10,000 you invest, you generate $400 in passive income per year without doing anything else. I'm sure that like me, many of you guys also have a Netflix subscription, which is around $14 per month, and possibly a Spotify subscription, which is around $10 per month. If we add up the $14 for Netflix and the $10 for Spotify, that's $24 per month. Multiply that by 12 to get the cost per year. That gives us $288. So your $10,000 that you have invested in the stock market can safely pay for Netflix and Spotify for the rest of your life, and even have over $100 left over every single year for other expenses. A great way to visualize how much closer you're getting to your overall goal of having your passive income pay for your entire lifestyle is to use the snowball effect of tracking your progress. This involves starting from the smallest bills you have all the way up to the largest bills. Here's a sample list of a person's monthly expenses. In order to find out how much you need to have invested to cover each of these expenses, you need to first multiply the monthly expense by 12 to find out how much it costs per year, and then multiply that number by 25 to find out how much you have to have invested. Let's start from the smallest to largest. Spotify coming in at $10 per month would be our smallest bill. Times 12 would cost $120 per year. Times 25 would be $3,000. So we know that we need to have $3,000 invested in order to cover our Spotify bill for the rest of our lives, using only passive income from the stock market to pay for it. If you remember the 4% rule from earlier, 4% of $3,000 is $120 per year, just enough to cover our Spotify payments. In order to save time, I'll just write the results for all the other spending categories so you can see how much you need invested to be able to pay for all of those bills for the rest of your life solely from your investment portfolio. If you focus directly on that overall grand total number of $766,000, you might get a little overwhelmed. However, if you start small and just focus on one bill at a time, it becomes a very achievable math problem that can easily be solved with some planning. Take that $3,000 required to keep paying for Spotify forever. How fast would you want to get to that first level? Write that on your vision board. Write something like, I plan to have a portfolio large enough in 1 year to be able to pay for my Spotify bill for the rest of my life. So now we have a goal and we can work backwards from that goal. The goal becomes, I need to have $3,000 invested within 1 year. Starting from scratch, you would need to invest $237 per month for 12 months, assuming a 10% rate of return. Maybe your 10-year goal is, I plan to have a portfolio large enough in 10 years to be able to pay for my Spotify, Netflix, internet, water and trash, pet expenses, and my phone bill for the rest of my life. If we add up what we need for all those categories, the grand total is $100,200. Definitely a much larger number than that initial $3,000 number, but working backwards will show you if the goal is achievable. How much would you need to invest per month for the next 10 years to have a portfolio that large? Starting from scratch, you would need to invest $486 per month for the next 10 years, assuming a 10% annual rate of return. If you determine that's doable for you, that's amazing, and now you know that your goal is possible. Like I said before, it's simply a math problem now, and of course it takes sacrifice and dedication to consistently contribute to your investments, but you know it's doable. However, maybe $486 per month is way too much for you right now, but let's say you can afford to invest $225 per month. 10 years of that would put you at $46,474, which is enough to passively pay for your Spotify, Netflix, internet, water and trash bills forever. On the other hand, maybe $486 per month is very doable for you, and you can afford to contribute much more than that on a monthly basis. This is going to be a somewhat extreme example, but I wanted to show what it would take a person to be able to create a portfolio large enough to be able to pay for all those bills in just 10 years' time. So let's say you're able to invest $3,710 per month for the next 10 years. Once again, assuming a 10% annual rate of return. You can expect to have $766,308, which would fully cover all of your expenses. Granted, those were the prices from 10 years ago, and we do have to account for not only inflation of prices, but we must also account for lifestyle inflation. Maybe you now have a mortgage that's more expensive than the rent you were paying 10 years ago. Maybe you treat yourself to going out to eat more often. Maybe you added some more streaming subscriptions, or maybe you have kids that you need to provide for now. But all of that is for the most part besides the point, in my opinion. Because if you were able to create a portfolio with a value of over $766,000 in just those 10 short years, and you continue your aggressive saving strategy, or simply allow your portfolio to compound on its own, you're going to be in such a financially secure place in your life that extra expenses won't be of much bother. In addition, we should also assume that this hypothetical person also received salary bumps throughout their career. But let's again go with an extreme example and assume that this person simply stops investing altogether after those 10 years of aggressively doing so. And from now on, they just let their $766,000 portfolio compound at an assumed 10% rate of return for another 10 years. But again, this time they contribute $0 more per month for the next 10 years. So in those next 10 years, they will have more than doubled their portfolio, and it would be worth more than $2 million. If these numbers or time frames seem too out of reach for you, don't become discouraged. In this extreme example, we're talking about someone that was practically able to retire after those 10 years, which is a crazy example for the average person. Create a financial vision board with goals of how much you want to have saved up, or which bills you'd like to be able to pay for with just passive income. And add smaller time frames for your goals, so that way you can see if you're on track to reach your final goal. I would add 6-month goals, 1-year goals, 2-year goals, whatever you find works best for you. It's really helped me out in seeing how saving and investing is truly making an impact for me, both short-term and long-term. And by writing out your monthly expenses and seeing how much you need to have saved up to cover them, you may be inclined to cut back on some of that spending. To some, it may be worth it. It's all personal preference, but looking at expenses from a new perspective like this may change the way you spend and save for the better. The way I set up my financial vision board is a little different. I'll explain it in just a minute. But first, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my amazing Patreon supporters. We have our Crow CEO, Jorge Ledesma, and our 4 Crow investors, Prismatic, Erica, Andrew Paz, and John Harden. Thank you all so much for your continued support. If you guys are new to the channel, this is my Patreon page where I post every single time I make a trade in my $100,000 portfolio. If you support the channel on there as a level 8 or higher supporter, you'll always be notified whenever I make a trade, and you'll be the first to see those updates. So you're able to follow my trades and even copy them if you wanted to. But of course, always do your own research and never just blindly follow what someone else is doing. So if that's something that interests you, I'll have a link to my Patreon in the description. Another easy way to help out the channel is by clicking my 3 different referral links so we can both get free stocks and free cash. For a limited time, Webull is giving away 4 free stocks, and One Finance is giving away $10 in cash, and Robinhood is giving away a free stock like Apple or Facebook or many others when you sign up. Links are all down below in the description. Thank you guys. My financial vision board is actually much more simple. It's just a sheet detailing how much I spend on a daily basis and how much my stock market portfolio is valued at. In order to find my daily spend, I take all of my bills for a full year and divide that number by 365. This method helps me see how many days in a year I'm financially free. Meaning, how many days can I afford to pay for with just passive income from my portfolio, based on what I spend without earning any additional income. I also set forth goals for myself on that sheet that show how investing and spending different amounts would get me to my end goal, and I make it a challenge for myself to try to hit all of my short-term goals. But let me break it down even further. Say I have $100,000 invested in the stock market. Based on that 4% rule, I can withdraw $4,000 per year practically forever. If I spend $30,000 per year, that means I can divide $30,000 by 365 and see how much I spend per day on average. In this example, it would be $82.19 per day. So based on my $100,000 portfolio that's able to provide me $4,000 in income per year, I am financially free for 48.67 days of the year. I got there by dividing $4,000 by my daily spend of $82.19 per day. Once I'm financially free for 365 days of the year, I can essentially retire if I wanted to. By replicating the way I do that math, you can see when you can retire and how many days you're financially free for. I highly recommend each and every one of you to create a financial vision board or sheet, or just write down your goals and come up with a plan to achieve them. Fill it up with short-term and long-term goals and start thinking about spending and saving in this new way. Hopefully that'll motivate you to see what's possible, and you'll be able to work backwards from your goals in order to turn them into reality. Be sure to comment down below if I've given you a unique perspective for viewing money and setting goals, or if you have your own fun way of viewing money and setting goals. If you do, be sure to share your specific way of doing so in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching until the very end. I hope you'll be back for future videos, and as always, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, and comment. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.